everyone, yeah, it's me again. This video gonna be my first video on something I hope to do a lot of in the future, in more of my artistic pursuits, as it were. Let me show you what I got. Now you might be wondering, what is this stuff? And that's a good question because it's all in boxes, so it's probably hard for you to tell what it is. So why don't I begin? This, friends, is from the nation of India. It is a rigidizer. We'll get to why I need that in a second. By the way, my son's Indian, so he's a cool guy. And kit. This, dear friends, is a furnace. Yes, I said it's a furnace, not a foundry. When I get this together and I'm melting metals, then this entire area that you see around you will be called a foundry. So just make sure you don't get that wrong. A little bit of background on this. I've been wanting to get into like sculpting and then casting those sculptures, right? So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, just like all of you do. And anyways, I watched two particular dudes. I'll put their channel information section. So yeah, I'm like, you know, this doesn't really look that hard. I mean, it's not easy, it's very dangerous, and I'm not trying to make light of anything about it. So this, friends, is a 6 kilogram, do the conversion yourselves, a 6 kilogram graphite crucible. These are, this is the gas hookup stuff with a helpful gauge. That's kind of nice. So I can watch what the PSI of the propane going in there, it goes well beyond anything that's rational or intelligent. And then shortly thereafter, I can smile as the world burns. Again. So this is a steel forge. Yes. By our friends at Vevor. I will actually put the link in the description if you want to look at this. And it's actually very well constructed. This will eventually become the twin burners. So I want to make sure I can definitely make bronze because you need tin and copper, mostly copper. Or I can do aluminum bronze, which is, I think, 89% bronze and, no, sorry, 89% copper and about 11-ish% aluminum. Again, don't quote me on that. That's just my rough remembering from my certificate in, well, metal melting and casting. Oh, look at that. Nice little handy dandy handle. That's actually pretty nice. The build quality of this is surprisingly nice. Okay, this I'm not touching. It's some sort of fiberglass, probably asbestos, who knows. It's not asbestos, I checked. This fiber lining, of course, it has a very, very high heat tolerance. I'm gonna have it somewhere safe, distant enough to where in case I actually strike that. When I do have an accident, there'll be molten metal in the grass or at worst, dry concrete that's very dry, so it doesn't explode. It's probably about a foot in diameter, maybe 18 inches tall is that? We'll call it 18. Anyways, it's got a fire brick in here. That's what your crucible can sit on at the bottom of this bad boy. This is the rigidizer, and the purpose of this is it forms a rigid layer over this dangerous shit, so you're not breathing it in and, you know, dying of some horrible respiratory condition later in life. Anyways, here's our rigidizer. So what I'll do with this today is I will use this provided brush and I will brush copiously this rigidizer on all of these surfaces, the interior surface here, the inner surface of the double layer fiber actually there, and all through here. Phase 2 of my plan comes in. I'm glad I'm holding a lighter for no reason. I like to do that, kind of hold stuff that I don't need in an effort to be, you know, idiotically dangerous for no, like, really good reason. This goodie, I bought at my local Home Depot. This is a refractory cement. So you would think that just the rigidizer would be enough. So what I want to do after the rigidizer hardens, it takes about 24 hours to fully cure. I'll come back, I'll mix up some of this refractory cement, and this is also refractory cement. I did not know they provided, so as you can see I have plenty now, which means this will all be nice and smooth. This will all be nice and smooth and of a more, let's say, comely appearance. So here is what the inside of the actual furnace looks like. I'll go in there a little bit. I know it's kind of dark. So that's the, I don't know how good that'll come out. Here's our refractory cement. And get a closer look at our rigidizer here. And these are these assorted pipeworks. Our little handy dandy handle's gonna go here. But just so you know, that seems to be a suicidally short handle. Again, this is gonna be probably around 2,000 degrees or so, all right? Depending on what I have in there. Not meth. Okay, I decided to go ahead and do the rigidizer first. Let that cure, or dry, as it were, for 24 hours. Instruction says it could be done quicker than that. Well, you know, if you heat it up. I'm not doing all that. I'm just, you know what, 24 hours, I can freaking wait. Just a couple comments. I'm really excited about this. I think you're really gonna like some of the stuff I'm gonna create with this. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is, you know, put the rigidizer on. Then I'm gonna go with the refractory cement tomorrow. I'm gonna put on some respiratory protection. Oh, and some eye protection too. Some of you fellow Marines are gonna know what I just did. What is it down below? A couple of things I neglected to show you earlier. We'll treat this another time. You don't need, it's boring. You don't need to watch that. I got this for pouring ingots or bars, as it were. And also present in the box that I did not see previously was this. This is another fire brick. So we'll deal with that. Welcome back to the scene of the crime. This is day 2 of the Vevor metal melting furnace, I guess, pseudo review. This is kind of a basic, like, down and dirty, and watch me screw it up putting it together. Where we left off on part 1, so I put the rigidizer on, and but I realized a couple of problems. So this, it's all nice and rigid now, and arguably safe. I should have gloves on, but whatever. We're all gonna die sometime. Follow along. So seeing my mug throughout this process is not really that important, so I'm gonna adjust the camera. Seeing my mug through this process is not important. So roll it. I know what you're probably thinking. What an absolute abortion. And you wouldn't be wrong. Never worked with any sort of masonry before, so what are you gonna do? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this dry, maybe touch it up a little bit, start on the burner system. All right, here we are back in the workshop. These are the burner tubes. This is the propane adjustment, and of course this will go to my propane tank. First impressions, pretty good. This is all stainless steel weave construction hose, brass fittings, an inline pressure gauge so you can regulate the heat better. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed. Construction is very simple. It says first, install the gas outlet nozzle to the burner. Note, screw the nozzle to the red line. Okay. Also, it seems to be quite a long hose. I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 6 feet because I'm 6'6". It's actually a little bit longer than 6 feet tall, which is helpful because this is not something you want, you know, that close to your flame source. So the farther the propane tank is away is probably the better. If I had to guess, maybe, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna have to figure out how much this adjusts or how little, etc. But so far I'm pretty happy. So these pretty much just go in here and like such. And then the bottom of this will go onto here. Where in the instructions did it say I had to do this? I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there, everyone. This is gonna be part 1. Part 2 will actually be me firing up the furnace and hopefully not hurting myself and or others. Yeah, cool. Again, I don't profess to be a masonry worker. I don't play one on TV. I have no knowledge of that whatsoever. I should probably learn just for my own edification, but as you can see, it's going to need a little work. I ended up not pressing down that fibrous material because when I did just a little bit, it made this. I saw this awful little stream of particulate matter come up, and that scared me greatly because I didn't want to breathe that in. But fortunately, I had my fan going and it blew it out that way. But after that, I had my flipping respirator on. I should have had it on to begin with. That was stupid. Next time, when I fire this bad boy up, I have a ton, not literally, I have a lot of aluminum cans I'm going to melt down. I also have a cast aluminum piece from my old pressure washer. That's another story for another time. So there we are. I hope to see you next time, and if you feel so moved, please subscribe, comment, like, dislike, flame me for doing so many stupid things in one video. It's almost exponential. No, seriously, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. Hey everyone, just me again. This Vevor furnace I am kind of reviewing, putting together for my own use. It's going to be available it's going to be a link in the description. If you want it, get it, great. If you don't, that's cool too. But I will say it is an affiliate link. So what that really means is that you don't pay any more when you buy something that I link down there. All it means is I get just a teeny percentage of what Amazon makes on the sale for, you know, promoting their products, whatever. So just keep that in mind. And that's it. See you next time.